Drone Seekers are live.
I can see you doing
that. I wondered who was pointing at then. I thought it was
Sorry, I could just see Marcus doing this. I thought, who is he pointing at? Anyway, welcome to another Sunday at the Mad Hour. And down below, Jackie over there, that way, Terry, and down there, that's it. You point, Jackie, and Marcus. So
there's a lot of people on.
Yeah, there's all these people here. Russell and Jay Bird have been in since about 7:30. We're having a conversation earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, John, welcome. Lauren, welcome. Who else?
All our regulars. Really lovely.
Let's find out about it's nice. I'm sure there's more than 9 people on that list. It only says 9 people on there, so there we are. Right, okay. How are we all? Hope we're all looking forward to work tomorrow.
What work?
You free, don't you?
What work?
I was talking to our viewers, Marcus. Well, I assume that Ross is going to work in a little while. I'm not sure he's here. He's probably ready for work already. Anyway, right. That's just fraudulently. I can't use that word. Right. We have got a guest somewhere. I've got to just find her first. Where is she? She's here somewhere. Where is she? Oh, I don't know where she is.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
And Jeanne, come back to join us. How are you, Jeanne?
I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day here in Tennessee.
You just got to remind, where are you now, Jeanne? You're in
Knoxville, Tennessee.
There you go. Couldn't say it better myself. So, how's the 365 days of flying, or more like?
Well, we're over
900.
How many days now?
Over 900. I don't know exactly. Jen, my new goal is 1,000. Every time I hit a goal, I set a new one. Apparently, I can't stop doing this.
What's wrong with that?
Hello, my name is Jeanne. I'm an addicted to drones.
3 drones a day.
Cool.
Well,
Jeanne, that hike you went on looked amazing. The one where you met the old fella.
Jackie, he was amazing, and that was a very strenuous hike. It was mostly uphill, and I see you with all your bicycling, and I mean, it was hard for me, but that man was so helpful coming back because they closed the gates at dark, and it was kind of getting close to dark.
Oh, right.
I have a little story about that. After I had to search a little bit I went to these, it's called, in Kentucky, it's a 2-hour drive from here. It's called the Berea Pinnacles, and there's about 5 different trails, and they're about 2 miles, and it's a lot of uphill. The views are spectacular, but I had to search for a good place to take off. I'm not like daring. I like to make sure I have a straight shot up in case I need to return to home. So, but anyway, I found a good place to take off. But when I got home, I was viewing the footage last night and really disappointed. I've had a problem with my Mavic Pro Zoom before with the focus. Once in a while, mid-flight, it will go out of focus, and I keep pressing to refocus. And on my little phone, I just use my iPhone XR.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to tell it.
It looked sharp, didn't it?
No, but I couldn't tell. I thought it went out, but I wasn't 100% sure. Wow. So sure enough, when I got home, probably about 6 clips where I dropped down in front of these gorgeous pinnacles are no good.
Oh,
I didn't go back. I don't know what to do about it. It's happened about 5 times to me. And, it's frustrating.
You should consider opening a ticket with DJI, and they might just ask you for they may ask you to send the drone in, but they also may just ask you for your data files. It's probably worth it to see.
Yeah, it is worth it. Yeah, just to see what they're going to say.
It hasn't happened in a while, but I don't mind if it happens when I'm doing something local. But I mean, to hike, that was my reward.
I know, it's a blooming day, wasn't it?
But it's all right. I put a video together. I was able to put some stuff together. I put it on YouTube last night. So
What was that one, Jeannie? Was this the what was that video you put on there?
Beria Pinnacles, but I might want to do some editing to it because some of it's a little bright, and I'm like a little bit of a perfectionist.
Okay. I want to show one of your videos, Jeannie. I've been sort of looking at your videos.
The good one I did recently is the Hunting Island Lighthouse. I went on a drone trip to North Carolina, is on the way to South Carolina, so I spent a day there, 2 days flying over some beautiful waterfalls. Oh my gosh. But one of them is called Whitewater Falls. I did a nice video of that recently. Upper Whitewater Falls. And it's a 411-foot cascading waterfall.
Wow.
And the fall foliage was at peak. And it was like heaven. Heaven, I'm serious. If you could picture heaven, that's it. And the ocean too.
And Jeannie is not scared of water.
No, she likes
She's definitely not.
Jeannie,
trees is much scarier and obstacle. Buildings, tall buildings like in the city. I would much rather fly over water.
Jeannie, tell me about the Folly Beach kiteboarding.
Oh my gosh, I got so lucky. I went there to fly around this Morris Island lighthouse that is about 2/3 of a mile out in the ocean, but it was crazy windy. And so I don't take a lot of chances. So I went like halfway out and I'm like, forget this. I'm getting you get the first wind warning, and that one you'll keep going. Warning, and it's like, all right, I'm coming back now. So I was about to leave the beach, and I planned on going back, which I did a couple days later when the wind was better. But as I was leaving the beach, I kept seeing these they looked like just kites up there. And I didn't realize there were people on surfboards below with the kite
attached.
And I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and I was going to leave. And I was like, I have to do this. And I was so glad that I did. So I shot them, and but you know what? The only thing is the kites, they keep going down and up, and I had to be really careful flying around them. I was trying to have the borders in front of me and go from behind, but you couldn't trust the way the kite was going. So I had to be a little high, but I think I got advantage of it. And that was, oh my gosh, something unexpected and really fun.
Well, let's take a look at that video, shall we?
Okay.
There we are.
I've got a friend that's a kite surfer. And
what a cool thing. What a cool thing. I met one of the you really couldn't see it good, but the one with the gray and yellow kite, he's a 16-year-old boy. What an adorable kid. I talked to him after, and he travels all over surfing. He was in a competition in California, but you can't really see him. If you go back and watch, he's doing like flips and stuff on the kite.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these videos, Jeannie, you'll have to sort of vote because we can only sort of show sort of a certain frames file size here, so sometimes we have to compress them a little bit, and unfortunately it does take some of the quality out of it. So, but you can always check these out on Jeannie's website. What's your website, your YouTube channel?
It's just Jeanne Costello, my name.
Yeah, check it out. I'm sure Marcus can put the link up there if he if I asked him nicely. He's the link man.
Okay.
You can see Marcus's head go down.
Yeah,
and
he's on the case. A big Miles well said he'd last 30 seconds. I'll tell you, he'd last longer than me, then, Mark. I'll use about 5 seconds.
My pal that's the kite surfer has asked me a couple of times if I'd film him, but of course what I find is the days he wants to fly, it's too windy for a drone. And obviously if it's a nice day for droning, it's not windy enough for his kite surf. So
yeah.
Stay on the shoreline.
I had the same problem a couple of weeks ago. I was photographing them, but I thought it was far too windy. But Marcus said, no, you've been okay. So you never know, Jackie. Whereabouts does he fly?
Low Pagan, that area.
Low Pagan.
Yeah.
Come down, we'll do it.
I must be that it must have been quite windy that day though, Jeannie. I take it was to be able to do it. So I mean, your drone was okay. I take it.
The Mavic Zoom is really good in the wind.
Unbelievable.
I pretty much was staying very close to the shore and over the shoreline a lot, so I wasn't really going out much over the water. And if you put it in sport, there's really not an issue. I knew, I always make sure that I'm flying out pretty much against the wind so I can come back with the wind. Because I had a problem with my Mavic 1 once and had a little trouble getting my Mavic, my original Mavic Pro back.
Yeah.
Going against the wind, so I learned my lesson.
I mean, they do. The Mavic Pro does fight a good fight, but I know what you mean because I have had a scenario where the wind has just been, the gusts of wind, should I say, it's just been too much, and started to take it away from me. Come back.
Yeah,
land quickly.
The drone's friend. That's what I always say. The wind is not the drone's friend.
No, not at all.
Is it, Marcus?
Well, Marcus has had a few issues with wind and drones lately, but mainly the Mavic. No, hang on, not the Mavic.
No, it's the Mini 2.
Mavic. No, shut up. The Mini 2. Let's get. Marcus, I didn't watch all of your video. I started watching your second video.
You didn't watch all of my videos, Steve?
That's it, Steve. You're sacked.
I've got 30 minutes, Dave.
So, no, I mean, did you have an issue this time or not?
Well, so that very same day. So after I had that issue out at the canyon, what did I do? I landed it, slapped another battery in it, and sent it right back over the rim. And it did okay. Now, I sent the flight records to our friend Lauren, and he helped me work through them. And we decided to send. He helped me decide to send the drone back into DJI. So I opened a ticket with DJI, and I've sent it back to them, and they're going to check it out. Now, what you'll find out, Jeannie, if you do it with your Zoom, they are very, very helpful. Mm-hmm. You can contact them on Twitter or just through their webpage.
Oh, I've been in touch with them before.
Yeah, okay, so you're familiar with it.
The problem with my flying streak, I don't like to send my drone out because it's going to end my flying streak.
Break the streak, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Cool. I have a local guy that replaced my camera on my Mavic 1. He's just at a place called CPR, cell phone repair, and I have State Farm insurance, so they're supposed to cover certain things.
Right.
The drone.
So Jeannie, do you still fly all three of your? You got 3 drones, right?
Yeah.
Zoom.
Jackie's my Facebook friend, so she knows you see my live feed, right, Jackie?
Yep. Oh, I was
colorful on there.
I was cracking up. She'd set the drone up, and it said something about calibrate, didn't it?
Yes, I had to calibrate the compass.
So she just picks it up and she's spinning it around, and it's like, whoa, I feel sick now.
Oh, you were just still alive, was it?
Yeah.
My live feed, it's my proof. It's kind of my proof for flying. So with all my drones, I do live feed every day. I probably drive everybody nuts with all my live feed, but
no, it's good. I love watching the little captions. If you end up watching it on silent, the captions come up.
Yeah, they just started that on Facebook.
I know, and it doesn't make sense, some of it, does it? But it's funny.
For those of you who are watching who don't know, Jeannie's been flying now for 900 days.
Yeah.
Every single day. A lot of it's for charity, and she's just going to carry on going and going and going.
That's my sign behind me, but the lettering.
Yeah, flying for kids. There we are.
Flying for kids. Okay, so,
yeah.
Flying for kids with cancer. Stay relentless.
Yeah.
That was my little girl's motto. And like when I was hiking the other day, I think about that. That gets me, gets me up on those tough
bits.
Mark's got to go now, so he's got to head back to the woods. It's deer season in Missouri.
He's looking for Bambi.
He's looking for Bambi.
Yeah. Well, or more probably Bambi's boyfriend, I suspect.
Bambi made a loss in the box office, you know. Do you know that, Marcus?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'll bet you long term it didn't. I'll bet you over since what 1936 or whatever when they made that movie. I'll bet you it's made Disney a pretty good little penny.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple of times, but normally with kids, not me personally. But Bambi, it was good. It was good. Well, I like Walt Disney films. I must admit, I'm quite into them.
My favorite character was Thumper.
Yeah.
Rabbit.
I haven't seen
a rabbit.
Bambi.
I know the characters, but I've never seen the film.
Yeah, me neither.
Have you never seen it?
I
There we are. Something got.
Can I ask you a question, Marcus?
I won't watch it if I think it's going to be a tearjerker. So
It is.
Well, it sort of is. It's like all Walt Disney films. There's sad bits and happy bits.
Right.
So you've got to watch it.
Yes, Terry.
Marcus, what's your preference? The Mavic Air 2 or the Mavic Mini 2?
Well, it's a use case thing, right? But for if you have rules like they have in Canada, hey, the Mini 2 might be a big advantage. But overall, there's no question the Mavic Air 2 is by far the more capable drone. I mean, it's not even a race.
Good. Now, the only reason I ask because that would be my next drone because I bought the smart controller and can't see the point in going back to Wi-Fi when I've got the smart controller to control the drone.
Yeah, understood. And of course, the Mini 2 is an OcuSync drone now, which
that's right.
Yeah, which is a big deal. But I want to show you something.
Oh no!
Got something else new.
Yeah.
Well, it's not something new, but I wanted to show
mentioned
you.
the Skydio lady, you know, realise that
From a side perspective, can you tell me which one of these is the Mavic Air and which one of these is the Mini 2?
On your left.
Left is the Mini 2.
Yeah, well, that's it. But my point is, it's the same. The case is the same size.
Oh, okay.
So the point that I wanted to make was that, you know, as far as packing and stuff, to me, the big advantage of the original Mini is it's in such a small, compact size. Just carrying this little guy around is just so phenomenally easy, and you have 90 minutes of flight time in that package.
Wow.
So all I'm saying, I guess the point of this is that the Mavic Air 2 is no bigger and no more difficult to carry around than the Mini 2. So anyway, long way around just to make that point, but that's what I was trying to do.
Well, that's answered my question because you start to see everybody going on about the Mini 2, how brilliant it is. Yeah, great. However, if you've got the smart controller, I can't see the point in a retrograde step
No.
Well, let me tell you when the Mini 2 might be brilliant, and Jeannie and I are facing this when we get to December and we hear what the new remote ID rules happen to be. Hopefully, they won't be as draconian as what a lot of people say they are. But if we're allowed more freedom with a sub 249 gram drone, then all of a sudden that Mini 2 is brilliant.
A bit more popular.
I understand that, but to be quite honest, I don't really care about the legislation and stuff. If you've got to do it, you've got to do it.
Well, that's comforting to hear from an ex-cop.
I'll put my hat on.
Kim was saying it's been 2 years since the large Mavics were released. I think next year we will see a new release. I think we'll see the Mavic 3 series next year.
I think so as well.
Well, I got news on that front.
Oh.
And I Jeannie, I'm sorry to say I sold my Mavic 2 Zoom. It's gone.
What? Wow.
Yeah, the Zoom is gone away. But I just kind of in anticipation of something new coming next year. And I've got the Mavic Air 2, right? So, and I've got the Mini 2, and for God's sake,
let's face it, if they bring a Mavic 3, let's say a Mavic 3, whatever they call it, whether they call it a Zoom or whether they call it a Pro, let's say call it a Mavic 3, it's going to be better than the Mavic Air 2.
Oh,
geez. There's
it's got to be, because that would be pointless.
Yeah, the Mavics are the best, aren't they?
Yeah.
I
still prefer. I still like the size of the Mavic, but I mean, there's not much difference in the size of the Mavic Air 2 or 2 Air, though, is there? And the Mavic Pro.
There is. There's a bigger difference than what you think, Steve. And I did a video where I compared the zoom capabilities with both of them, and I held them up side by side. You can see that. If I still had my Zoom sitting here, I would hold them up for you. But
I think we did. I think we did do. But didn't we say that because the right in saying the Mavic Air 2 is bigger than the Mavic Air, isn't it?
The Air 2 is bigger than the original
Air.
Yeah. No question.
Yeah. So I assumed that it was a bit sort of like getting on for a Mavic Pro sort of size.
It's a lot smaller than the Mavic 2 drone.
The Pro,
yeah.
Okay. So they've got sort of like baby mummy and daddy now, don't they?
Yeah.
We've got the Mini, the Air,
the microscopic.
Did anybody see that new Guinness Book of Records new drone?
Yes, I saw that.
3,605.
Yep,
drones up in the air all at once.
Amazing.
It was amazing. And what they do now, LED lights on them.
Oh,
and they were just doing all sorts of things. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Google it.
Yes, worth Googling.
I will. My favorite drone show, though, was recently here in the United States with our president-elect.
Cool.
I loved that one.
Big display as well, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. They did a big drone show.
All managed to just not crash. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it one of these display things with a lot of small drones?
Yeah.
So, hey, Jeannie,
aren't they programmed?
Yes,
they are. Intel does a bunch of them. Jeannie, I'm curious. You said you're reticent to send your drone in. I thought you had multiple drones. I thought you had a few.
I do, but I fly them all. They're all in their own little flying street.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I get you.
They all have to fly every day. I remember Jeannie saying before that she flew all three of them every day.
Every day.
Yeah, so my Mavic Zoom just hit 365 days in October. So,
Jeannie, have you got Mavic 2 Zoom, haven't you?
Yes.
Have you had any problems with batteries at all?
No, never.
I don't know if you know, obviously Terry had a swollen battery. I mean, you say you had another one as well.
Ever since I saw that, I always pressed it in good right before I take off, and I make sure it's in good.
Yeah, well, I think Jerry did. I think he actually just decided to unclip it itself.
Definitely.
Just swelled.
It was bloated, right?
Mm.
The battery.
Yeah,
I have no problems with that, and I deplete, the battery all the time. I mean, because I use them so much.
Yeah.
So
I don't leave them sitting there, fully charged.
Well, I assume if you go out every day, I'll take it when you come home from wherever you've been out flying, I'll take it you put them back on charge straight away, or
Well,
sometimes.
I can only charge one at a time, but I also charge in the car. So I will be charging one on my way home.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
I've got the little square thing where you can plug multiple batteries in and plug them all in at once.
Same here.
Yeah,
But purchased a Mini 2 today and can't wait to get out there with it. I'm sure you'd enjoy
Cool.
The Mini 2 would be good for hiking, because I can't tell you that this man who helped me hike back, he's 72 years old. He's a Vietnam vet, and he was a drill sergeant, and the man was like running ahead of me. He was vegan, just an amazing shape. But I let him hold my backpack when we got back to the parking lot. And he was like, "Oh my gosh," because my backpack was so heavy. I always put my helipad in. I mean, that's light, but the Mavic Zoom, I mean, it's heavy.
Yeah, mine's
heavy, yeah.
The water bottles and that, and I don't have the greatest back, but so yeah.
I've got my Mavic Pro Platinum in mine. I've got 2 GoPros, got my 360 camera, got my controller, got the
and that's what happens on it, because you start off. When I first got my Mavic, I had the little Mavic case, the little girly case, with it thrown there, 3 batteries. That didn't last very long. Before now, a few more batteries, a bit more of this, a bit more of that. You end up with a case that weighs about 10 kilos.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Marcus has got the.
Well, Lauren is asking a question in the chat, and he wants me to show the contacts inside the battery compartment. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but one of the things that they did with
Marcus, hang on.
Yeah, I don't.
Hang on.
So yeah, you'll see them there. See those 2 metal contacts there?
Yeah.
What, up at the top edge?
Yeah. So what that does is it gives you a warning if your battery is not connected. And if you'll notice on the battery, the clip is now metal rather than
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, one plastic, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you don't have the battery in all the way, it gives you a warning that you need to clip it all the way in.
So is that battery actually that clip on there, Marcus? I take it is a little bit more than just a clip. I mean, I take it as some sort of sensor, is it? Or
well, it's just making it's closing the circuit between those 2 contacts.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was saying. So it's a good thing. So I mean, really, they can do that. So they can just say to the drone, "Well, it's not until that's clipped in, the drone won't take off."
Yeah.
Yep. Now,
I must admit, though, on my incident, the battery was clipped in totally.
Yeah.
Okay, Terry.
It was clipped in. I'll tell you.
I got to qualify myself.
It was clipped in until a certain point, wasn't it?
How long were you flying
all the way
when it happened? How long were you flying before the battery?
About 25 minutes, 22 minutes.
Wow.
So,
and it was a particularly hot day.
Right.
So I was flying in sport mode.
Right.
And how long were you flying in sport mode for?
Well,
about 20 seconds.
10 minutes. yeah, I was trying to do a Doppler effect for an audio, and I wanted the Doppler effect, and I got it with a bang at the end.
And I brought that juice and the battery popping out the Mavic 2 series.
Yeah. I got one of these now.
Oh, yeah, the strap to keep it in, yeah.
Straps to keep it in.
Yeah.
But it also takes my GoPro and my 360. So that goes
You
on.
can strap in there. Jeannie, Tell me about Looking Glass Falls. I was looking at that video.
Well, I went there actually 2 days in a row because I got there at the end of both days and it was getting a little dark. That waterfall, in the video, you really can't tell how big it is and powerful. It's a 60-foot.
I think it looks it, yeah.
And I could feel the spray when I got out of my car. And there's just like steps down to the front of it. In the summer, there's all these people like in front of it in the water in the swimming hole. But this was a good time to come. It wasn't as crowded, and I could take off, right at the sidewalk at the top. And but the fall foliage was amazing. The video is a little dark, I think. I just brought the exposure a little. And I couldn't get the I like to drop down in front of them, but when the spray is like that, I'm not going to do that.
That's what I was going to ask you. Whenever you get your drones back, do you sometimes get them back wet?
Never. I always really.
I just want to make a point. TDR Drones, Brian is in the chat here, and he did a video, just what you're talking about, Jeannie. He actually flew his, I think it was his Mavic Mini. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian. But he intentionally flew it into the spray and flew it around and brought it back, and it was fine. Right.
I have flown in the rain. I've been stuck in the rain and had to sort it back and dry it off, and it's always done fine. But I don't do it intentionally.
Of course.
What you don't want to get in it on your drone is salt water. I don't mean that. I mean, obviously, seriously, once a drone, even if you fish it out of the water, the salt water actually kill the circuits. Fresh water, you're okay with. You can dry it out with using rice and whatever, but salt water, no. Anyway, let's have a look at your video, Jeanne. There we are.
It's amazing.
Excellent. I just, well, Jeannie knows I just love waterfalls. I mean, I don't know. I've got
the white waterfalls. And that I'm not, the Looking Glass Falls was okay. I was there late though. Like I said, it's a little dark. But the white waterfalls one, that is like an amazing waterfall.
I think, well, the only waterfall, the last waterfall, by the way, a waterfall is more like a dam, wasn't it? Up in, what was it? The Roman one.
Yeah, Elche.
Yeah, Elche, yes.
Elche.
Yeah, that
was Elche Swamp.
It's a long way for me to go to film a waterfall. I mean, I have to go to Spain because I have to go to a different country.
Do you not have waterfalls there?
No. We've got flat land, Jeannie. We'll have to make one.
Well, Long Island, I'm from Long Island, and on Long Island, it's the same thing. There's no waterfalls. But upstate New York has tons of them. So, but you still have to drive a few hours.
I'd have to drive more than a few hours.
I'm influenced by Long Island friends because I'm on a Long Island drone flying page. I love these guys. And this one guy, he owns a photography studio. These guys love to fly like me. They want to, every day they're posting, it's windy, I can't fly. I'm like, I'm flying today. But I decided to go on a drone trip. And he went on a drone trip upstate New York last weekend. So
if anyone's got any questions for Jeannie, ask her about why she flies every single day of the year.
Oh, somebody's asking that?
No, I'm just trying to get people to ask you questions.
I think he was asking that, Jeannie.
Wait, what's that? Sorry.
I know why Jeannie flies every day.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you again.
Even Christmas Day.
Yeah, we got
You
more
want to
time
read
for
my
Christmas
story?
Day. And why not? I mean, it's all for a good cause. And
yeah, well, so I bought a Spark in April of 2018, and I was flying it every day for like a month. So as a goof, I applied for a Guinness Book World Record, like 30 days I thought was a lot. But I decided I'm going to fly for a year. And it only cost $5 to apply for a world record. But they didn't accept it because they don't know what parameters. They have really no way to watch over it, that it's really happening. So, but when I applied, it asked what cause you're doing your world record for. So I have a friend whose son was fighting a terminal cancer, rhabdomyosarcoma, and he was he's my piano tuner. I'm a piano teacher, and he was telling me for hours. We were talking about how old the treatments are, and I just was devastating what his son was going through. And in our country, the funding is only 4% for kids' cancers, and it's just hard. So I decided to fly to raise awareness for kids with cancer.
Yeah.
It just kind of stuck. And whenever I travel, and when I was at the Pinnacles, I meet a lot of people hiking. And Jackie, you hike, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I meet a lot of people when I hike, and I share that information with them and try to make a little difference. I don't know if I'm making any difference, but I'm trying.
Oh, I'm sure you are, Jeannie. I also want to mention to everybody to get on Jeannie's website and subscribe. Yeah. She does a lot of really, well, you saw a sample of it today. Amazing work. So anybody in the chat.
My Facebook page, you know what, almost more than videos, I love doing still shots.
Yeah.
And I have a Facebook page called My Drone Street 365. So people can follow me on there, and you don't have to, friend me personally. And I share a lot of, nice pictures on there. So
it's some really nice pictures in there, indeed. Right. Well, I'm trying to catch up with the messages here. No one wants to talk to us. Oh, hello. That was a question for you.
Oh, well, thank you. That a lot of the music though isn't mine because I don't have the means to make really good recordings of my music. But on my if you want to hear any of my music, if you're interested, I do share it on my personal page. So I have a mixture of my daughter playing softball. My daughter was a big travel softball pitcher, and then I have my drone videos, and then I have my piano music. But a lot of the stuff I use in those videos, I actually just joined something called Artlist. I paid for so I could have different types of music.
Yeah, I've seen that advertised.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did wonder on the kiteboarding one was a piano player. I thought, I wonder if there's
I thought that might be your own.
I mean,
I bought that on Artlist, but
okay.
I'll tell you, they have very little solely piano music. So actually, I was thinking of I can become someone that's music is used on there. So I'm going to look into doing that, and then I can go somewhere and make good recordings of my music.
Cool.
Bernie said I'm doing 45 days straight, different locations so far.
All right, Bernie.
45 days.
Hey.
Bernie wants to know your acro. What was he saying? He mentioned it somewhere. Where is it? I've been doing it somewhere. There's a message here. Yeah, well, come find it. Where's he gone?
Yeah, he's asking Jeannie how her acro flying is going.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, no. About as good as mine, then. Not. I spent too much time taking drones to bits to fly them. Well, it's all back together. I've still got this error code I can't get rid of. So
I'm wondering if you guys I do a lot of seasonal themes. Like in October, I did corn mazes, and for Christmas, I'll start doing Christmas light stuff. And I love to fly. I don't know. Do you have a lot of Christmas lights? Places where you could fly around Christmas light shows and stuff?
I don't. We're in our local town centre.
People's houses. There's this one house that goes absolutely nuts, and I love to fly. I've never seen. I'll message you, Steve, the video that I did last year of Christmas flights, and it's one. I think it's in YouTube.
There used to be one house, probably about 2 miles from where I lived, and they used to go really mad. They used to do it for charity. I think they've just stopped doing it now. They just got fed up paying the electric bill.
I was going to say the electric bill.
I think they're bigger on fireworks here.
Yeah, they like the fireworks here, don't they?
Yeah.
Jeannie, I don't know if I was only used to Kim discovering history, but use Epidemic Sound, £10 a month, so it's worth it. You can stream audio too.
Yeah, Artlist is very similar. I think I looked into Epidemic Sound also, and I don't know how I decided to go with Artlist, but actually it was supposed to be $16 a month for a year, and then they charged me $200 up front. But I just let it go because I'll use it. I know I'm going to use it all year, so it's fine.
I really want to get into this acro flying, but I think I'll come back in about 2 years' time and read the latest.
It's very different. I've gone to drone races. I have friends here that are trying to get me into that flying, and it's not easy. I tried to do something on a simulator. I mean, I have everything I need. It's just my drone. I think that's what crashed it, so it's not.
I think that's why I need a simulator. I think once I start using
simulator, so hard. I think it's harder for us from flying like DJI drones to do that. I think it almost would have been easier to do that. I don't know.
To start there, yeah,
it's very different because when we go forward, we just go forward. When they go forward, they're like either going down and forward or up. So it's easy.
We know all about that, don't we, Jackie?
Yep.
Yeah, Terry's got a cine whoop, Jeannie. I don't know if you've seen the video, but
Terry's cine whoop only goes forwards and up, really, doesn't it?
Forwards and up at a high rate or not.
When Terry's drone went off in the distance, the question was from Jackie, "Can't you just fly it back?" And Terry said, no.
No.
What he meant is he can if you knew how to.
It was too windy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a little bit windy.
It wasn't Terry's fault.
Terry, I got to be honest with you, Terry. I'm surprised there weren't a few expletives at that point.
Jackie just edited them out.
I think they will.
I don't swear much. I'm sorry, I don't swear. No, I don't swear much. No, I get very.
You know what I'm wondering about? An issue that I have that's very frustrating, probably the most frustrating while flying, is the signal loss. And flying at my house, even if I go behind my house, even like 400 feet, I can lose my signal. There's just certain areas that it's not good. So I see all these people who say they can fly a couple miles. I never can go more than a mile, and I'm lucky.
I think it depends what's around you, though, Jeannie. I mean, if you've got metal around you, if you've got anything causing interference or upsetting the waves, maybe people live. I mean, Marcus. I mean, I know you don't have any issues around where you are, where it's so open. And the same with you, Jackie, I take, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty open.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the only place where I had trouble was in that canyon, wasn't it? Because of signal loss, but
again, because something was causing the signal.
Signal, wasn't it? And there was a huge radar station just above you, on that peak in front of you. Above you, there was that radar station for Cartagena Port.
Do you think that might have affected it?
Could have done easily.
But most of the time, Jeannie, I mean, when you're flying, I mean, the way I see it, I never can ever see the point of actually flying a drone that far away, because surely you want to see what you're filming anyway, at close hand.
Yeah, it's true. I don't usually more than a few thousand feet away anyways. I never want the drone that far away from me, but it's just I see people saying they go 2 miles, and I'm like thinking, how do you go 2 miles? Like 3,000.
Right, time for a featured video for this week, and I've forgotten the guy's name, so I'll play the video and you'll get his name off that. All
right. Drone Seekers featured video of the week.
And after all that name was on there, so I think it was. I think it was. Who was it? What? No, I think it was actually Sky. I can't remember his name. Sorry, you'd have to excuse me. But what good video anyway.
Yeah, Cambodia looks nice.
Beautiful, very well done.
Massive.
I think it was. I think it was. What's his name? Sky.
Clidio or something. He said Clidio.
No, he's not. He's actually named the guy's name. I think this is the guy we've had on here. I'm sure it is. I can't remember his name. But anyway, it'll come back to me. Right. Okay. Right. So we're done for time. Good grief. Time's flying away like mad. Terry. Oh, Terry.
Marcus has got his head down. I think he's.
Oh yeah, I'm typing away here. Typing away.
Oh,
right. Okay. So it's 5:51. Go.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
85-year-old chap, Tom, goes to the doctor, and doctor gave him a jar and said, "Take this jar home and bring back a semen sample tomorrow." The next day, the 85-year-old man, Tom, reappeared at the doctor's office and gave him the jar, which was as clean and empty as on the previous day. The doctor asked, "What happened?" And the man explained, "Well, doctor, it's like this. First I tried with my right hand, nothing. Then I tried with my left hand, but still nothing. Then I asked my wife for help. She tried with her right hand. Then she tried with her left hand. Still nothing. She tried with her hand, first with her teeth in, and then with her teeth out.
Oh my God.
Nothing. We even called up Arlene, the lady next door. First with both hands, and then her armpit, and she even tried between her knees, but still nothing." The doctor was shocked. "You asked your neighbour?" The old man replied, "Yeah, none of us could get the jar lid open."
That was a good one, Terry.
I'm going to break.
Very worried for a second.
Terry's Joke of the Week.
I could have done it myself.
That's your best one yet, Terry.
Oh,
Terry. Well, it was clean, really.
You got worried.
We should have had 2 this week, really, but no, we'll let you off.
Well, yeah. Do you know we got a couple of dislikes last week?
We'll get a couple of dislikes. Oh, it won't be the same about dislikes.
Perhaps there are likes.
That is so rude. Have you ever gotten a dislike on your YouTube channel? I got one. It was a place
I have as well, yeah.
What the heck? What is that for?
Well, I don't know, you know, if people give a dislike, I would like them to say why.
Yes.
Who they are.
Yeah,
knock on their door.
Well, just out of curiosity, Steve, I don't know if anyone's seen it on Drone Seekers, but Steve Timewell produced or co-produced a film, a short film where he did a lot of the sort of mixing, editing and whatever, about say school bullying and guns and what have you. And there was videos like, and you see how many dislikes were on there. There was hundreds of dislikes. You think, why?
Yeah.
You think if you were watching a video and you weren't liking it, you'd just move on to the next video, wouldn't you?
As Kim says, we all have our trolls. I mean, we know where some of the dislikes come from, but do you know what? It gives us monkeys.
That's quieting down now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit. There's still dislikes, but it's not each to their own, isn't it? I mean, Marcus, you get dislikes on your videos?
Oh my God. Yeah, I do. And you know what? Some more than others, and for all kinds of reasons. In fact, the video where my Mini 2 went out of control, there's something like 50 some odd dislikes there. I'm going to tell you, there are.
It's probably just a dislike because they felt bad. No?
Yeah. Anyway, 72 thumbs down on that video.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many likes did you get?
Well, 1,123.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
So proportional, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all. It's like we say about our YouTube channel here. I mean, we've got about 183 subscribers, but when you think we get more than 10% of them watching this show every week, I think it's pretty good going. If you had 6,000 subscribers and you had 600 people watching, that's the same. That's the equivalent to it, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I wish they'd just remove the thumbs down button, really, because if you've made the effort to make a film.
And that's exactly, no, Jackie, I completely appreciate what you're saying, because
even if it's pants, it's someone's little masterpiece, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, but the thing is, some people just go on there and blatantly just tick dislike, don't they? They're not actually watching the video. How can you watch one of someone's video and say, I dislike that, tick? I'm sorry.
Well, you watched it.
Well, exactly. But
because the first thing I think that you get a thumbs down, but I'd like to see the work that you're producing.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a comment on your work. Let's see how
some of them aren't doing anything, are they?
I think as Kim rightly says, there are trolls. There are people who go on there just blatantly to click on dislike. They get a big kick out of it. Well, if they get a big kick out of it, they just want to get.
Don't take the thumbs downs personally. Yeah. It's just more of a reflection on them than it is.
I've only had like two ever. So I did have someone.
Should do well.
I had someone who commented negatively on this overlook over a gorge that I flew over. All these people were commenting how beautiful it was, and this man said, "This isn't beautiful, and people like you think you can do whatever you want, wherever you want, and I'm reporting you to the park ranger. It's illegal." And guess what? I went there afterwards, and there was a cop there, and he was watching me fly. It's not illegal to fly there. I don't know what this man was talking about. And I just deleted his comment, and I didn't get involved in it at all.
Jeannie, I get some horrible comments on my videos, and I make it a point to answer every comment. And it can be a job. For instance, on the Mini 2 video, 794 comments.
Wow.
So I literally spend hours.
Well, I interact with all 5 of my comments usually. Which takes me about 2 minutes. But I just deleted his comment. I just didn't want his comment on.
Exactly. Some of the ones that are particularly, if they get personal and mean, like you, I just delete them. Now, sometimes people will they'll make a comment that is it's not exactly mean, but it's not very nice either. And in those kind of cases, I just put a thank you and leave it at that.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Yeah. Just saying thank you very much for your support. Thank you. I saw you. Bernie's he's going to post a video. Wants everyone to give it a thumbs down. No, really. I couldn't do it to you, Bernie. I tell you, post a rubbish video, Bernie, and then I'll give it a thumbs down. How about that? Yeah. You'll have struggle to do that. Well, I don't think people do post a thumbs down or influence a drone playing up.
I said you think.
Maybe
that could be a good point, but some people don't understand what that actually means.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I'll have a cup of tea instead.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Jack, never had.
I've got my cup of tea again.
I have. Yeah.
I've got my dishwatery.
It's just oh. Don't you when they do that? You just think, oh, all right.
He's our number one fan, Kim. Look, he says, I love this show. Big thumbs up from me. So thank you. And we love your work as well. So you keep on. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone.
Who's that? I have to check out who it is.
Hello,
oh, nice of you to join us. We're going now, right?
It's Paul Silcott.
Oh, Paul. Paul from Northern Ireland. Hi, Paul. I've no doubt we'll speak during the week. Paul's one of our customers over in Northern Ireland, in Belfast, in fact. Coffee for me? Yep, me too. All the others, I just heart them. Right, anyway. Have we done everything? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, Jeannie, thanks ever so much for coming on and chat to us again.
Anytime.
Carry on with the work, yeah. Carry on with that good work because you're doing some fantastic work, and it is for a good cause. Check out Jeannie's channel. And
Jeannie.
No, don't go yet. No, you stay there, Jeannie. We'll just say goodbye to everyone else. So thank you very much for watching again. We'll see you next Sunday. He's going to start thinking. I'll get worried. I'm going to poke my eye at him. Oh dear. Anyway, thanks very much, and we'll catch you all again. We're not going to get rid of them all.
Joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.